don't forget to subscribe. Hey! Today I wanted to make a video about the 3 reasons why you should learn languages by yourself. Let's go! The first reason is, well, let's be honest, traveling is expensive. So I think it's better to stay at home and start learning languages using Google, internet, anything you can find. So like, you don't have to travel. You don't have to pay a plane ticket. You don't have to find a new apartment. You're just in your environment with a computer. All you need is a good internet connection and, well, yourself and your motivation. I think we all want to live abroad for many reasons. It's more fun. I mean, you meet new people, you can practice your language on a daily basis, you can visit, you can go sightseeing, you can do so many things, you can eat the food. And if you follow me on social media, especially on Twitter, you know how much I love my cultural immersions, especially eating anything from anywhere, especially from China. But like, well, we are not all rich. We don't all have the time. Some people may be rich, but they don't have the time to travel because they have to work. Some people can't travel because they're too young, they're in school. And well, unless they have this exchange thingy at school, they can't travel. So like today with the internet, it's easy to go to China through Google, especially. You can can look up different cities on Google or just on Instagram. You can find Chinese teachers online. They're in China, you're in your country, but you can still have this full immersion because they teach in Chinese. They barely even speak English, but that's a choice of them so that you can have the full experience. You know, me, I prefer to have like a teacher who speaks to me in my target language. Well, it's easier to learn and to practice. So like, really, it's a good way to at least start learning the language, learn the basis before you can move to the country. My own personal story is that I didn't have the money to travel, so I had to start learning Chinese on my own because I want to become a conference interpreter. I will talk about that in another video, but my dream is to become a conference interpreter. So I felt like if I started learning the basics now, without going to the country, I could at least learn the language, speak the language, learn the most difficult part here on my own before I can move to China. And if I know Chinese at a certain level, I might even get a better scholarship to study in China. So well, that was for my story. The second reason would be gain confidence. You know, when you go to school and you have this teacher who will always tell you how bad you are at math or at anything, you know, when you get bad grades or things like that, you know. Well, when you start learning a language by yourself, you don't have to deal with this type of teachers, you know. I remember when I started learning Spanish in school, I hated it. Literally, I hated learning Spanish. I hated Spanish as a language, you know, because of my teachers and the method especially. So like, when you start learning the language by yourself, you can find your own momentum, you can find your own methods, you can find your own pace, you know. You can choose when you want to study, how you want to study, and what material you want to study with, you know. So like, you don't have this teacher who would tell you, you have to do this, you have to use this book, you have to do exactly what I say, you know. You don't have that. So like, one of the many reasons I would advise you to start learning a language by yourself is to gain confidence. Trust yourself, choose the books, the movies you're most comfortable with in your target language, you know. For example, if you love to learn and play at the same time, you can use a game to learn a language, you know, video games or anything. If you love movies, you can watch many movies in your target language. You can focus on the input first, which is immersion, total immersion in the language. This is something you can do, and this is something you're not gonna be able to do in school or even with a private tutor, because when you have a private tutor, they will speak the language, they will make you speak the language at first, they will want to try and speak the language. But in my opinion, before speaking a language, you need to apply the first basis of communication, which is listen. In communication, you need to listen to your partner before you can answer. It's better to listen, to be a good listener, So like when you start learning languages by yourself, I think you should first try and listen, and then you use books, you get into the grammar and everything. But the most important thing is to find your momentum. Like, find what works for you first. Do it by yourself, do it on your own before you can find a private tutor. Like, this is what I did. I wanted to get comfortable with Mandarin Chinese before I can find a tutor. And especially, I'm the type of person who gets frustrated really fast, and if you force me, if you want me to speak and I cannot speak, then I just get frustrated and I stop learning and I might give up, So from my own experience, I think this is the second reason, and probably the most important. The first and final reason is related to the second reason, which was gain confidence by trying things by yourself, The third reason would be try and be disciplined. You need to learn to be disciplined. You need to learn this by yourself. You don't need someone to tell you what to do, So discipline will come by practicing it, When you wake up in the morning and you feel like, okay, I'm gonna wake up early. I'm gonna wake up maybe 30 minutes early because I want to learn German, or I want to practice. I want to use this app to practice my target language before I can go to work. Or when you choose a book to read on the train on your way to work. Yes, you get it. This is my life. This is exactly what I do. You're going to find this is related to finding your momentum, but most importantly, you're going to be disciplined. It's going to be your responsibility to learn the language. You are the one who chose to learn this or that language. No one is here to tell you what to do. You know exactly what to do. You know exactly what you need to do to get to the point of fluency. So you're going to be the one deciding when and where you want to study and how you want to study. So discipline is basically taking responsibility for your choices, this is, to me, this is the most important thing in language learning. I'm learning a language because I have this goal. If I don't learn the language, I'm not gonna get to my goal. If your goal is to become fluent, you're never gonna be fluent if you never listen to the language, if you never immerse yourself in the culture, you never listen to podcasts, you never watch movies or the news. This is discipline, this is making a decision and sticking to it, You want to be a president, then you have to do what presidents do, You want to be an astronaut, then you have to do what astronauts do, and not complain. You don't make a decision and then complain afterwards, If you want to be a polyglot, the polyglots, we work a lot. We live in our languages, we are responsible for our languages, for our target languages, So this is it. The third, you need to be responsible for yourself and your choices. So that was it for today. It was really important for me to share this with you, because usually people would ask me, why are you learning languages? Why are you doing it by yourself? Why is this, that? But these are the reasons, and well, it's up to you now, guys. So don't forget to subscribe, and thank you for listening. Bye bye.